wonderful people. It's a new week and I strongly believe each and everyone is doing wonderfully well. I welcome you all once again to my Guitar Lessons channel. Subscribing and following this channel will help you to learn the guitar by yourself at your comfort zone. Today we are moving on to our C's lesson, which is a bit theoretical and very important for anybody who wants to learn the guitar, and generally is important for anybody who wants to do music either through singing or through the use of any musical instrument. So if you want to learn any musical instrument, either bass guitar, either piano, any musical instrument, this lesson is going to be of great help for you. Before I move on to the main lesson, if today happens to be the first time you are watching my video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. After subscribing, you hit on the notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, a new lesson, you can get access to the video easily and watch it. Don't forget to give a thumbs up to the video if you like the video. Your comments, your suggestions are highly welcome on this channel. Subscribe, hit the bell, give a thumbs up, share the video to anybody, to your friends, anybody you think he or she might be interested in learning the guitar. Yes, and also if today happens to be the first time you are watching the video and you've not watched my previous lessons, don't worry, I'll leave all the links to my previous lessons in the description below this video. You just go to the description below this video, you get access to my previous lessons. Watch them and follow the lessons. In learning the guitar, in learning any musical instrument, we build on lessons. We build on lessons. So if you have not watched my previous lessons, you go back, go to the description below this channel, click, you get access to the videos, and then you watch them, then you follow the lessons. Surely you are going to get there and call yourself a guitarist one day. Yes, today's lesson, which is very important to me and to any person who is interested in music, is what I call the knowing your notes or knowing your keys. So we are going to look at how to identify all the notes on this guitar fretboard. We are going to identify all the techniques to identify all the notes. And these notes are attributed to alphabets. The alphabet we all know, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Those alphabets are attributed to the notes. But not all the alphabets. The notes are the first 7 alphabets. That is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yes, these are the 7 alphabets attributed to the notes. And we call them the musical alphabet. A to G, the first 7 alphabets. So we are going to know how to identify all the 7 alphabets on this guitar fretboard. And there's one thing I would also like you to know. We have something we call the sharp and then we call flat. Sharp and flat. These 7 alphabets, 5 of them are having sharps and then 2 of them don't have. What is sharps? What is flats? Sharp is basically the same note but a step higher or a step forward. So we can have something like C sharp. It's the same note of C but a step higher. We can have something like E flat. It's the same note of E but a step backwards, a step lower. So basically sharp is a step higher and then flat is a step lower. So sharp is a step forward and then flat is a step backwards. So we have sharps and then flats. Don't forget, 2 of these musical alphabets don't have sharps. Apart from that, all the 5 alphabets are having sharps. So we are going to look at how to identify them. So now we know our alphabets A to G. And then we know that 2 of the alphabets don't have sharps, but the remaining 5 alphabets have sharps. Sharps are the same note but a step forward. Flats are the same note but a step backwards. So we are going to look at how to handle them, or the techniques I use to identify the notes. And this lesson we are going to base on our first lesson on this channel, which was the parts of the guitar. And during that lesson, we got to know the names of the strings. The names of the strings, which are E, B, D, E, B, G, D, A, E. Every bad girl dance after eating. If you've not watched that lesson, you can go back and then watch our first lesson, which was the part of the guitar. So now we all know the names of the strings, which they are indirectly their notes. Because these alphabets that we use in naming the strings, E, B, G, D, A, and then E, all these alphabets are part of the musical alphabet, which are the 7 first alphabets, the 7 alphabets. So basically, indirectly, these strings, the names of the strings, are all notes. And we use the strings to identify the notes on the frets. And note that we can use all the strings to identify the notes. But today we are going to use only the B string. We are going to use the B string and the D string and the A string. So these are the strings we are going to use to identify the notes for today. So the A string, the D string, and the B string. So we are starting from the A string. This is the A string. Yes. So in identifying the notes, already playing the string in an open note. Playing the string open is a note, which is note A. So if you play this note A, and someone is playing the keyboard, and the keyboard also play the note A on the keyboard, the sound should be the same. So in learning this, in practicing this to identify the note, it also helps you to build your ear. It also builds your ear. You can't play the guitar, you can't do music without building your ear, tuning your ear very well. So in an open play for the A string is note A. So this is note A. And in the alphabet, from A, you move to what? B. So from A, this note which is A, on that same string, the first fret with your finger on it becomes A sharp. Because don't forget, I told you only 2 notes don't have sharp. So A is not part of the 2 notes. So from A, this open, the first fret with your finger on it becomes A sharp. From A in the alphabet, you move to what? B. So now you have your A open, and then your finger on the first fret becomes your A sharp. From A, you are moving to what? B. So the next fret becomes note B. This one becomes note B. On the A string, the second fret with your finger on it becomes note B. But B is not having a sharp. There is nothing like B sharp in music. So from B, in the alphabet A, B, the next alphabet is what? C. So from B, you move to C. From C, C is having a sharp. So the same C note, a step higher or a step forward, becomes your C sharp. Yes. And then from C sharp, you move to, in the alphabet from C, you move to what? D. A, B, C, D. So from C sharp, the next note is what? D. From D, you move to D sharp. The next notes, the next step higher is D sharp because D is having a sharp. From D sharp, you move to E. And then E is not having a sharp. So from E, you move to F direct. So the 2 notes that are not having sharp are B and the E. So now we are in F. F is having a sharp. From F, you move to G. From G, you move to G sharp. Now we've ended the 7th alphabet. So from G sharp, you move back to what? A. So the next step becomes your A. From A sharp, from A sharp, B, and then from B is not having a sharp, you move to C. So it goes like that. So you can have 2 or 3 A notes on the same string. You can have 2 or 3 C notes on the same string. It moves, it travels like that. From A to G, A is having a sharp, B is not having a sharp. From B to C, C sharp, from C sharp, D, from D, D sharp, from D sharp you move to E. From E is not having a sharp, so from E the next note becomes your F, and then from F, F sharp, from F sharp, G, from G, G sharp, and then from G sharp you go back and start again from A. So you are dealing with 7 alphabets, and these 7 alphabets, 2 of them are not having sharp, and the 2 of them are B and then E. A sharp is just a step forward, and a flat is a step backwards. So for instance, we have your E, your A. In open is your A sharp. From A sharp you move to B, and then from B you move to C. From C, C sharp, and then from C sharp, D. So from this D, a step forward is what? D sharp. So this D, a step backwards, is called the E flat. Yes, so a step forward is sharp, a step backwards is flat. So now we've done with the A string. Now the D string, let's use the D string to identify the keys. So in an open, when you play this one in an open, is what? D. In naming the strings, you have A, E, B, G, and then D. So this string is the D string. So when you play it open, is the D note. So this note D. In the alphabet, from D you move to what? A, B, C, D. From D you move to E. Yes, so the first fret with your finger on the D string, on it, becomes what? D sharp, because D is having a sharp. From D sharp, the next fret becomes what? Your E. A, B, C, D, E. So you have your E. And then from your E is not having a sharp. So from E straight to what? F. From F, F sharp. From F sharp, G. From G sharp, A. Yes, after G sharp, you start the alphabet again. A. From A sharp. From A sharp, B. And then from B is not having a sharp. So from B straight to C. From C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. E is not having a sharp. So from E to F. So that is that. Basically, this is the techniques that you can use to identify your keys. Make sure you know the name of the string. If you know the name of the string, you can build on that to identify your notes. Now let's move on to the B string. In an open becomes what? Note B. This is your B string. So on the keyboard, B notes and this one should sound the same. So this is your B string. Yes. So your first fret with your finger on it becomes what? We don't have B sharp. Don't forget I told you there are 2 notes that is not having sharp. So this B notes in open, in free, is the B. But on the first fret with your finger on it is not B sharp, because you don't have B sharp. So your first fret becomes your C. So open is B. First fret is C, because B is not having a sharp. So from C, you move to C sharp. From C sharp, the next one is D. From D is C sharp. From D is D sharp. And then from D sharp is E. And then from E, there is no E sharp. So from E, you move to F. From F, you move to F sharp. From F sharp, you move to G. From G, you move to G sharp. From G sharp, you move to A. So you start over the alphabet again. So from A sharp, B. B is not having a sharp. From B, you move to C. So this is the technique that I use in identifying the notes. You can have all the notes on the strings. You can use all the strings to identify the notes. So first you have to know the names of the strings, which they are indirectly notes. So know the names of the strings, and then know the 7 musical alphabet, that is A to G, and then know the sharps and the flats. Sharp is basically the same note but a step higher. Flat is the same note but a step lower. So you know the names of the strings, you know the 7 musical alphabet, and then you know the notes that are having sharps and the notes that are not having sharps. So out of the 7 notes, 5 of them are having sharps, and then 2 of them are not having, and the 2 of them are the B and then the E. We don't have B sharp, we don't have E sharp. So this is how we identify the guitar notes. Thank you very much for watching this video. Keep on rehearsing, keep on practicing. Next week probably we'll come out with a new lesson which is going to be a bit practical. This one is a bit theory. Keep on practicing, keep on rehearsing, don't go for speed. And this lesson, make sure you learn them, you memorize them. You can't play the guitar, you can't do music without knowing this. You can't sing, you can't be a good singer, you can't be a good musician, you can't be a good guitarist, a good musical instrumentalist without knowing these notes. You have to know them, you have to memorize them, and surely you are going to get there as a very perfect and wonderful guitarist. Thank you very much for watching this video once again. Subscribe to this channel, click on the subscribe, hit on the notification bell, give a thumbs up to the video, share the links to your friends, share to anybody, and then don't forget to comment. Your suggestions are highly welcome on this channel. Have a wonderful week. Goodbye.